What is going on, YouTube? Past the prop. We are back coming at you guys for today's huge MLB slate. We got games all over the place today. We have the 6 o'clock games, get you like 11 of them, but we got a couple earlier ones as well. So they're mixing it up a little bit for us. One really early game today. But joined always. Oh my gosh, Stu, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Busy weekend of sports. Obviously, some loaded weekend slates for the MLB. Normally, it's a little bit more chill. And kind of like you said, Monday's picking right up where we left off. Another big slate today. Half the time, I expect to check the Monday slate, and there's going to be like 5 games, and it's kind of some low-level stuff. But we got plenty of great matchups, plenty of good storylines today. Obviously, it's getting to that time of year where every game matters, right? We're in the MLB. You know this, that Brewers flag behind you. I mean, that's the most competitive division we've got right now. So a lot of important games. High leverage stuff. Excited to make some money today.
Yeah, no, there's been some good races around the league. Obviously, I'm hoping my Brewers can pull through. Big series here. I mean, you got to take these games when you get the Rockies away from Coors. They got a 3-game set here. They got to get these ones. Luckily, the Reds are struggling right along with the Brewers. Luckily, they got the walk-off on Saturday, or else it would have been a tough week. But Cubs are hot. I'm curious how this Mets series is going to be. That's going to be a fun one to pay attention to.
Yeah, no doubt, especially with the Mets going in tank mode at just the right time for the Cubs too. Obviously a little unfortunate for your squad over there. But yeah, I feel like the Cubs thing, man, the Cubs have been streaky all year. It kind of feels like people are pretending like this is new, but they went on some crazy runs early and then kind of cooled off as well too. So I'm very eager to see if that consistency stays or not, right? And hey, Senga will be a good matchup tonight.
Yeah, heads up, I will be fading the Cubs today with my boy Senga today. But the Mets have been shit to me. Cubs have been great to me. And this is just one of those spots where I just feel like I got to switch it up a little bit because I love my boy Senga on the bump today. But let's get through our recap. I'm pretty sure I went 0-0-0-0 right here because this one hit. The Rangers came through for us. Orioles lost 4-1. That was damn, dude. He shoved too. Fuck, I don't remember who I was because that was back to Wednesday already. And Orioles could not hit. They couldn't hit Kikuchi. Ryan Mountcastle still had 3 hits in that game. Who would have thought? The chalk guy's the only one to come through. Nothing else. So I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, so we end up losing that one and hitting the other one, so zeroed out there. I'm pretty sure Baum had like 3 hits, didn't he?
Yep. Got that out the way immediately. First at bat, double right there. Cashed the plus money play. And then, yeah, we went over. What was the other one? Was it hit parlay? I'm trying to remember what we had this day. Thomas. It was Thomas that let us down, I believe. Freeman got his hit. Thomas let us down. So, yeah, that's the benefit of plus money, though, right? Both of us had plus money plays. Both of us squeaked out, 10, 15 cents. We're not counting that as profit because, we don't have to lie to you guys or anything. We're not one of those. But, yeah, good show. Obviously, it's better to, break even than lose some cash at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was good. That's why I'm trying to get plus money on everything here. I didn't get one today, but we're a couple cents off. I had a couple minus 125s I liked. But, hey, we can't be playing. I don't play those now. I'm trying to get 1 plus money a day here. Let's take a look at the chat. We got a few guys in here first 4 minutes. We got 15 of you guys in here at the start of the show. We appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Got Kevin in here, first guy in here. Let's get this money. Yes, let's do it. We got a feeling a sweep. Sam, we love that positive energy coming in here as well. And Brian, as always, in here. It's gonna be a fun one. It should be a fun one here today. I'm excited to talk some baseball today. I had a long weekend. We were out camping with some high school buddies that we do one time a year. Get together. People getting engaged now. So one of my buddies is having a kid soon. It's like, bro, fuck, this used to be fun. Like when we were a couple of years ago, we were all single dudes, and now it's like, oh shit, like actual life is coming now, which is kind of shitty. But hey, we're still going, and luckily we're here with a huge baseball, so it made me feel a little better about that.
No, I'm glad you got that out right there. I can tell it's been weighing on you a little. Had to trade in, the late night out for baby showers now. Yeah. You're transitioning. But hey, good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah, hey, it doesn't mean we ain't coming back here, coming at you guys with this. So that means I'm coming back with a vengeance on this slate here. So let's just take a look. I will kick it to you first. We can talk first just our favorite game of the day. I guess we don't need an early and late one because they're all pretty close in time. But is there a game that's sticking out to you here?
Well, I'll pick the Dodgers and Padres one because I don't think there's any game that's like ungodly amazing must watch tonight. That's obviously two big name teams. But the real reason I'm bringing it up is the odds. I mean, this was like the most confusing play in the whole slate for me. When I looked, I thought the odds were actually reversed. I thought the Dodgers were minus 140 favorites over the Padres. I had to like re-look at it. I made a graphic this morning incorrectly because I was like, oh, that's wrong. You know what I mean? So it's one of those games where I don't know if you have a perspective on this, but when you see odds that are kind of so far off of what you think they maybe should be, because in my opinion, this is a pretty even pitchers matchup. I don't know what is really, swaying this either way. I think minus 115 on each side seems pretty fair to me. So I was very confused by those odds, and that always makes me intrigued. I want to watch. I want to see what the books and me are missing,
Yeah, no, that one did definitely catch my eye a little bit. But, dude, the Padres have been playing a little bit better outside of last night's game. They got shoved on last night. But, dude, Gonsolin's been like all year, dude. He's just been average. You're playing against above average hitters here, right? I mean, Lugo's been okay. Been limiting power a lot better than I expected him to. But I mean, they're giving you a 9 total in this game, juice to the over, right? You can't even really go there, right? Bullpen on the Padres side has been fantastic. Dodgers, not so much. So I was really surprised because I know I looked at some metrics from Lance Lynn last night, and it was so bad. That's what I'm saying. Like his expected ISO, his expected WOBA was 200 some points higher than what it actually was, right? So that means I'm kind of leaning with that side on the Padres just because I think you're going to start seeing it's like, oh, the Dodgers beat the crap out of them. They're just a better team, right? Where I don't think that's the case, right? I really don't. Yesterday seemed like one that's going to give you that recency bias because, it was the last game, right? Everybody's watching that game. It's the last game of the night, last game of the week, right? For fantasy guys, if you're playing the week-long stuff, this is the last one. And now you're going into the first game here. So I think you didn't get to see any of the big hitters from the Padres pen. I think this is going to be that game where the Padres kind of give it to them there. I think I might be betting the Padres now that we kind of talked myself into it.
Yeah, but I mean, at that price, like to me, the only logical reason the Padres should be minus 145 is Snell. Snell is the reason. So when you look and you see, because like you said, Gonsolin, I feel the same way. I'm not like, oh my God, I need to bet on Gonsolin. But then you look, it's like, well, Lugo's the same. Like both these guys are the same guy. They're mid-tier, solid pitchers. Gonsolin has some higher highs recently, But I don't know. For the minus 140, it feels a little wrong. Not that I disagree. I know the Padres are playing well right now, but just minus 140, that felt like it was distinctly like off from what it normally is. And that's enough to make me tune in.
There's one plus money spot I did look at in this game, and it's been a spot I've been playing quite a bit. Not like publicly because I didn't know if this was going to be like a spot I'm going to go to more often. But Tony Gonsolin walks has been a spot I've been rolling with a lot. Today they finally switched it to 2.5, and it's probably just the Juan Soto effect. But plus 135 on that, dude. I've been pretty damn good on these. I'm just taking these 2.5 at the plus money because no one wants to play it, right? I've been betting Johan Oviedo over 2.5 walks every single game, and this dude's a monster, man. He's a monster. He just doesn't want to give up power. Same thing with Gonsolin. I think that might be a spot I go to. But I'm thinking this price is going to get a little bit closer but come game time. We got 3 hours or so. So if it gets to like 130, I think that would be a spot I'd play. But, yeah, I'm not going to bet the money line. Maybe it's a live bet. Maybe we see Lugo give up a homer in the first inning or something. All right, let's get to mine here. And I think that's going to be the resurgence of Mr. Yuri Perez, who got sent down for absolutely no reason, just to go sit on the bench in minor leagues and do nothing. So, because they got to hold his innings back, right? So, Yuri Perez heading into Great American Ballpark. That's obviously not the best place you want to play in on your first game back. You also have you got Williamson on the mound, a guy we like to fade a little bit there, but I'm not a huge fan of this Marlins offense right now. They've been struggling a little bit. 10.5 total. That's what I'm talking about. You got Yuri Perez against a good Reds offense in Great American, but then you got Williamson against this offense there. So it's like a minus 155 on the Marlins seems a bit much. I understand Yuri's a little bit or a lot better than Williamson, at least so far in their career. But I don't know. I was surprised to see the line where it was, and I was surprised to see the minus 155 on the Marlins with their offensive struggles as of late. But I really want to roll with an over, but I don't know if I want to bet it because I don't like the offenses outside of the Reds, and the Reds are facing the better pitchers. So it's like this game is kind of a toss-up to me, but those are the fun ones I like to bet on and like to watch personally.
Yeah, no, you're right. That probably is actually the best game of today in terms of big screen, because Yuri's been must-watch TV all year. He's been great, and now we get that super small ballpark, the complete opposite of the home ballpark. We don't really know. I mean, there's no reason to believe there'll be a drop-off in quality, but I mean, the guy was laser locked in. Every single start, you send him down, it's been a little bit. You kind of wonder how someone bounces back from that, So I don't know. I definitely, the Reds offense was very back and forth, against that Washington series, but we know how talented they are. I wish they had Fraley. Fraley being gone is a little annoying. I don't think people are, counting that platoon as much as maybe they should be. I wanted to bet him like every game last week, but yeah, should be a very good game. I'm super pumped to see Yuri back on the mound. I don't know if I can bet any overs though. It's really just about like, if Yuri's locked in, you're going to know instantly. Maybe that's a live bet kind of thing for me.
Yeah, and I mean, pens are decent. They're not bad, which makes it also tough. I always like the first fives. I really never bet the full game overs in the Reds games just because they have a decent pen. They got Farmer out there and Sims, who have been pretty good. So, you got to hope for a blowout, right? You got to hope for a blowout early, and it definitely could happen. Both pitchers, this is obviously a huge park downgrade for the Marlins, so definitely could see something like that today. But we got 20 of you guys in here. Hit that like button if you could, and we're going to get right on into it today. We're going to go right on into it, 10 minutes in. Let's get it, Stu. Let's do it.
Sounds good. We're starting out hot right here. We're going Corey Seager, 2.25 run. This is -110 over on DraftKings Sportsbook. We were talking a little bit before the show. Seager's one of these guys. I was looking at his lines on Pickett before the game started. It feels like every single one is off. There's one book that has, in my opinion, the correct lines. Bet Rivers. Bet Rivers has all of his props super juiced, and nobody else has them. And it's one of those where I'm looking at the Bet Rivers line going, this is the right line. I think this should be -150. But when I saw Seager was only -110 to score a run today, I was obviously super pumped. I like attacking him in a lot of capacities. But what we know about Seager, beyond the fact that obviously been in the MVP running all year, when he's healthy, he's one of the best bats in the league. He's been great against lefties as well, though. That's what we really like, especially this dangerous Rangers lineup right here. He's been absolutely killer on the season versus left-handed pitching. And man, Waldachuk is one of my absolute favorite guys to fade in the league. It's kind of a dream come true when you get one of your favorite, lefty on lefty hitters versus truly one of, I don't mean to hate on the guy, but one of the worst starting pitchers in the league right here, especially in the hits department, right? Constantly giving up contact, not striking anybody out. The thing is, the walks have been really annoying recently. He's been walking 2 to 3 guys an outing. I don't remember that from earlier in the year, even last year as much, but it does feel like the walks are up. The control isn't there as much. And I am a little bit worried about that. Seager has been walking a little bit more recently just because of how awesome he's been hitting the ball, right? When you have 4 home runs in the last 5 games coming into a series, you're going to get walked a little bit more. But I love the protection they have in this Rangers lineup. Obviously, Lowe has good lefty on lefty splits behind him. Adolis Garcia has been like the RBI king this year so far. We got Simeon in front of him right there. Very dangerous lineup front to back. Lots of offensive potential. I feel like the Rangers are scoring, 5 to 6 runs at the minimum tonight. It's very hard for me to believe that Corey Seager is not going to be one of them. So love this matchup. I think the Rangers have a lot of success on offense today, and I think Corey Seager is a huge part of it.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say. I'm going to be on Seager too, so I'm just going to go right into mine. And Seager hit this is on FanDuel 260, bro. Come on now. It just doesn't sound right to me. Obviously, the walks is definitely something I want to talk about, but I like that you took the run portion of it because that's obviously in my opinion, the better side to attack versus the RBI. But 333 batting average on the year versus lefties, like this dude. I mean, to be batting 348 on the year, you have to do pretty damn good against the same-handed pitchers there because they're going to try and get you. Waldachuk, really, I mean, even against lefties, right? He's got a worse slugging percentage against lefties. Yep. He has a 586 slugging against lefties, 486 versus righties. Hasn't had that many lefties to face this year just because he's so bad versus righties. But when you do, those are usually your better hitters. And I mean, outside of maybe Ohtani, I mean, Seager's probably the best left-handed hitter right now in the league, at least this season. The dude's been awesome, cashing all these tickets for everybody. Dude's been hitting bombs, playing great defense. Just got to stay healthy. And obviously he's been phenomenal. And Strider's just been an absolute wagon for me, a 40% K rate. so far this year is absurd. And I think I've bet on almost every single game. He's hit this every single game. In July, he hit this in the last game against the Angels. And one of my favorite parts about him, right? And I mean, if you want to go into like the Twin series, he did it against them and against Philly. So that's like what, 8 straight. One of my favorite things against that for him is that even when he gets hit, he still strikes you out. Right, like that's why he is such a good fantasy player, DFS guy. He's almost 13K, bro. 13K today on DraftKings. You don't see that shit. You don't see a 13K pitcher. This dude's 12-8. He was 12-5 last time he pitched against the Angels. And that's a good lineup, right? That's a good lineup. 12-5, and he was over 35% owned. That's how good this dude is. This dude is just striking out enough guys that it almost is like giving up homers is almost like, it's all right. He's still going to give me the strikeouts, right? So I can't get away from Strider. The changeup is such a good pitch for him. We've been seeing him where these lefties that have hit him for power early in his career last year, throwing that slider, they can pick up the spin. They see fastball, right? That changeup has been wiped out this year. I love that he's able to get those lefties out at such a high clip. Like I said, his strikeout rate over 40%. To righties. I think it's 42% to righties, 38 to lefties. Like, this dude is just unreal and pushing for that 300K mark. I didn't think we were going to see a 300K guy in a while just because nobody goes deep in games, and Strider doesn't even go deep in games. That's just how good he is. So sign me up for some Strider today, facing the Pittsburgh Pirates, who over the last 15 days, OPS, bottom 10, strikeouts are there. We just saw them get lit up in the Brewer series against Woodruff yesterday. And I love Woody, man. I love Woodruff, but he ain't even close to Strider in terms of strikeout stuff. So if you're K'ing up to him, what are you going to do with Spencer Strider? So 8Ks, Seager hit, -125. Unbelievable price for these two.
Yeah, no, I love this spot. Right before the show started, we both, talked about how we were on Seager, and I love this spot. I was going to have a Seager hit parlay, to be honest, but I think I'm just going to replace it with this right here. Like you said, Strider, man, the thing I noticed, because I've been tailing you on him all year, at the beginning of the season, he wasn't putting up the same performances in terms of wins, earned runs, right? You're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to lose these bets. He's giving up 2 home runs in the first couple innings. But like you said, the strikeouts are there, good performance or bad performance, which is truly one of the most, rare qualities you get in a starting pitcher. Obviously, no one here is predicting a bad performance against the Pirates tonight. So definitely loving this. 8 should be a very low number. It's funny to say, but for a guy like Strider, I haven't even seen 8 be playable in the last couple weeks. So I love it.
Yeah, no, and I think that 9.5 is going to get hammered, right? And I'm very happy to be under that because I feel like it's going to be right on that number just because of how much it's been getting bet. So this is the types of games where you see Pirates, you're seeing dudes 11, 12, 13, 14. And, dude, he's got the stuff to do it. But I'm a little more I don't know if I'm going to ladder it all the way just because the prices are so crazy. But one thing else I want to mention, the dude has missed this number 3 times this year. He's missed it 3 times. Diamondbacks in Arizona, in Texas, right? I mean, those are 2 tough spots. And then the one game where the dude just didn't have his stuff against the Tigers, and the Tigers just found a way to hit home runs off him and just missed his spots. But that's baseball. Every other game, he has gotten to 8 strikeouts. That is just unbelievable consistency, and hopefully he continues that today against the Pirates. I think this is going to be probably the most bet game ever on all Braves. I don't want you guys thinking that Oswaldo Bito's trash, right? That's the thing, though. It's like you're either going to know right away, too. Like I bet on Bito a few times. You probably want to bet his strikeout ladder, and then you want to bet him to give up like 4 nukes. Because the dude has actually been not terrible. But when he is bad, he is really fucking bad. It doesn't strike out anybody. Dude got nuked by the Brewers, right? So just a heads up, that might be a spot just so you're not fully screwed over if this guy goes off. Throw a little ladder on his strikeouts, and then take home runs against him because it is very hit or miss on this dude.
Yeah, no, and I mean, it's funny because Vito, it's like all those Pirates prospects are the same, right? It feels like they all come up, they all throw very hard, they all have great flashes, they all have no control over the strike zone. Like that feels like the common denominator. I mean, your exact description sounded like Roansy Contreras, how we've been banging on the last couple of years. Like sometimes he's going to shove, the other half the time he's going to be terrible. Oviedo had the same thing earlier in the year where he had a couple killer outings and then a couple of terrible ones as well. So I definitely agree with that analysis right there. All those Pirates, you got to watch out for them.
Yeah, perfect. We are heading into plays 3 and 4. If you guys have any questions, drop a question in the chat here in the comment section. We will try our best to get to all of that. We want to make sure that we get you guys in and out of here 30 minutes or so, so you guys can just click through if you're not in here live with us. Let's kick it to you, Stu. Take it away.
Sounds good. For my hit parlay, we're going Bryce Harper, Freddie Freeman to record a hit, minus 126 over on FanDuel. You mentioned the best lefty hitter just a minute ago with Corey Seager. I think these two guys might have a problem with it. Obviously, Harper and Freeman are definitely in contention for that. Freeman a lot more than Harper.
Yeah.
I was getting there. Yeah, you got to give me a little time. But yeah, no, completely agree, obviously. And I do this season probably still even is Seager. But these are two guys that I love to bet on. Harper is even a guy on the show just maybe 2 months ago. I was like, I'm not betting on him until he proves something to me. Well, season stats, up over 300, up over 330 over his last 15 games, up over 400 over his last 7 games. This is a guy who's finally getting it together. The power still hasn't come, right? We're still not seeing the bombs. We're not really seeing the nukes quite yet, at least at the level that we would be accustomed to for Bryce Harper. But the contact is there. We're getting on base. And that's all we needed for a hit parlay, right? I don't need him to hit a home run. I just need a bloop single right here. And when you look at the starting pitcher, it's Trevor Williams Day, baby. You know it. I'm past the prop. Pretty much every time this guy's been a starter, I bet a hitter prop against him. And it's pretty easy to see why. 125 hits allowed over the course of 112 innings pitched so far. This is a guy that we consistently target left, right. It really doesn't matter, right? The split's both over 280 against him so far on the season. What I like about Harper right here is, to be honest, he's the guy that I can depend on more for soft contact. This Phillies lineup can be a bit 50-50 sometimes, especially Schwarber at the front of that lineup if we're hitting homers or we're hitting nothing, right? I like that Harper has been very evenly distributed this season. We're getting singles, we're getting doubles, we're getting on base. That's what matters. And I want to fade Trevor Williams in pretty much any way as I can right here. So I love getting Harper. I love getting a piece of him. I want to play the hits, runs, RBIs, but they bumped it to 2. Fortunately, we got another great price. Freddie Freeman's only minus 260 to get a hit, which I feel like is the same rant I went on last show when I bet on Freddie Freeman to get hit. I thought they would have fixed it by now. I don't know why they haven't. There's nothing in Lugo's hitting or pitching profile that makes me scared whatsoever. I mean, 3 for 12 in their past, small sample size, not really worried about it. Look at the pitch splits, right? We know Lugo does have some pretty good off speed, right? But that's what Freddie Freeman excels at. Over 300 against the righty slider, over 300 against the righty curveball so far this year. This is not a matchup I'm scared of. 260 is what you price Freddie Freeman at when he's going against a good pitcher. That's what I said last time. An elite pitcher, a very, very high-level pitcher. I don't have that worry. The guy's sitting over 500 over his last week, over 470, and over 400 over the last month. That is a crazy pace right here. 2 insane hitters. Minus 126 is not a price you get on these guys every day. If you parlayed Harper and Freeman every day of the season, it's going to be minus 150 more days than not, right? I think it should be minus 150 today. I don't know why it's not. I'll take that up with the FanDuel traders, but I think this is a great price right here, and I love these guys to get a hit.
Yeah, no, Freeman, it's the same price as Seager. Like, yep. I don't understand it completely here, unless you think he's just going to walk every time. Like, that's literally the only thing I can think of. And what are you going to do? Walk him to get to Will Smith? Walk him to get to Max Muncy, right? I mean, it's just, it's not a fun lineup to be walking guys, especially with Mookie Betts in front of them. It's just like, This is just a lineup just really hard to mess around with. So, do like that spot, and I'll be tailing for sure. And you like guys like Harper who swing fucking hard against guys who are not going to miss your bat, right? Yep. And that's exactly Trevor Williams. And I'm pretty sure that the Nationals threw all their heavy hitters yesterday because they did win, right? 6-3. Threw all those big arms in the back. I know there was a couple guys with a little bit longer innings than usual, so maybe you get the shit pen today. Even though it's the good shit is who threw yesterday, and then the shitty shit is the guys you're going to see today, because they're all bad. But hey, outside of Finnegan, I like Finnegan. He's got
No, we got like you said, you got the A side yesterday. The B side is probably coming out today.
I want to make sure I get this out there. Shout out CJ Abrams again. Dude is a fucking monster, bro. Cody Bellinger and CJ Abrams and Gunnar Henderson are just putting my team on their back and just carried me to the promised land. Hopefully you continue that today. Keep it rolling, man. God damn, dude. They're so fucking good. Cody Bellinger and him are just hitting homers, stealing bases, scoring runs, dude. They're just insane. But Sorry, Cody, I am fading you today, and I hate this. I hate that I'm playing this spot. I really do because I hate the Mets. I hate them. They have lost me so much money, but I can't get over this matchup for Kodai Senga, bro. And I think this is one where you why are the Mets even? Why is this even close? Right, the Mets are 0-6 in their last 6 games. Cubs are on fire. Why is this even close? Right? Why is this close? And it's because of Kodai Senga. And I really like this spot because Kodai Senga at home has been an absolute dog. 2.4 ERA, 171 at average allowed. This dude has been a beast at home. Absolutely awesome. And what I really like is, as I'm hyping up Bellinger, right? You're hyping up Ian Happ, who's playing fantastic. Candelario comes over there and doesn't miss a beat, right? All of these guys are great. Talkman at the top of the order, right, against these guys, right? And in the right-handed side is Nico and Dansby and Seiya Suzuki. But I'm more worried about those lefties, right? I'm more worried about those lefties. The reverse splits on Kodai Senga is crazy. This dude is nuts against left-handed batters. Lefties are batting 180. 261 slugging to lefties. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. With a 256, Woba is phenomenal. He's been lights out, right? Absolutely lights out with a 310 FIP. Even against righties, he has a 403 xFIP. This guy has been great. He's been really, really good. The walks have been an issue. Cubs aren't walking that much over this streak. They're hitting the ball and they're crushing it, right? I get that. But you get Senga in a pitcher's park here, right? Absolutely fantastic pitcher's park for him. Obviously, he's got the numbers to back it up. But strikeout rate versus lefties, 30%. Against righties, 28%. He's missing bats. He's got that ability. If he does walk guys, he has the ability to get right out of it with the strikeouts. And Drew Smiley coming on the other side. I don't like to fade Smiley as much. He hasn't been that bad this year. But what I do like is we're seeing numbers like left on base percentage, home and road is really crazy to me because I was looking at why he's better at home versus road. At home, he's got a 60% left on base percentage. On the road, he's got like a 3 ERA, but an 82% left on base percentage. That ain't gonna happen that much, bro. Like the average is like 72 to 74, right? So he's getting a little bit lucky on those. I'm expecting a little bit more of regression here. I don't expect the Mets to go super crazy on this dude, but I expect Senga to keep these guys down. I don't mind the under, but we have seen Smiley give up some power, especially to but what I do like here again is, expected ERA around 4.7, right? We're seeing this guy not strike out too many dudes. It's 21% to both sides, but he's got a 5.22 FIP to lefties. You're going to see McNeil, Nimmo on the base pass quite a bit today, and a 6.12 slugging to lefties so far this year. So I like that McNeil side. I like seeing Nimmo at the top there as well. You might see, who's that? DJ Stewart in the lineup as well from the left side. They might throw a bunch of lefties in there, and for some reason, he hasn't been able to get them out this year. And those guys are just pests. So we could see the bullpen early because those guys are pests at the top in Nimmo and McNeil. I hate watching their at-bats, but fuck, they're on base every goddamn time. So sign me up. I'm going to roll with the Mets. Don't do me wrong again, Mets. This is your day, baby. This is your day. We're coming through. Kodai Senga start day. Let's do it.
Yeah, I kind of saw Senga on the mound, and I was kind of wondering if you were going to have a Senga play today of some sort. I looked at the walks for a second, but obviously, like you mentioned, the Cubs, even during this good hitting streak, hasn't been what you'd really want there. And yeah, that slugging is absolutely insane because even sometimes you do see the really low, opposing average for some pitchers, right? But then you do see the slugging kind of creeps up because it's just homers that they're allowing. So when you're not only not allowing any average, but you're also not allowing those kind of annoying solo home runs that start to add up, that's very powerful right there. And yeah, Senga's just been fun to watch. Guy's got some nasty off-speed stuff. Just as a fan, fun to watch. And I hate the Mets, so he's really the one guy I like on that team.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just all I'm saying is don't bet Bellinger today. I love him, dude. I'm betting on him all the time, but don't bet. This is just such a tough spot. And all of these lefties, dude, like all of these lefties, like that would be like one spot that I might look at possibly is like maybe taking like first AB strikeout, right? Because Senga has been very good to start the games, especially at home. So maybe something like that. If you want some crazy plus money, I know I do that pretty much almost every game with Strider just for fun, just because the dude is striking out usually about 5 guys through the first time through the order. It's like all you have to do is pick all 9 and you're making money because they're all plus money to do it. So
It's actually not even a bad idea, too. I might have to check that out. I know you can live do it, too, as well on the apps when the games are going. So, yeah, might have to look into that as well. So, some live Cody Bellinger strikeouts and then just everyone that goes against Strider. And, I mean, that shouldn't be too hard. I'm sure Sawinski is going to be minus 250 for a first at-bat strikeout. So, have fun with that one.
Yeah, dude, he's just take that or first AB homer. That's usually the two things that really happen. Those are 50-50.
Yeah.
All right, Stu, let's get a quick recap in here. 23 of you guys in here. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button. Recap is coming now.
Sounds good. Started. That's not my play right there. Start out with Corey Seager to record a run. This is minus 110 over on DraftKings Sportsbook. Then we go over to FanDuel. We got Bryce Harper, Freddie Freeman, a day full of lefties. Minus 126 to record a hit over on FanDuel.
I'll be rolling with the Mets. First 5 run line minus 102, and then Strider 8 Ks and Seager just record a hit at minus 125. So you got a long shot for us today.
You know, the only long shot that I've bet so far is Bryce Harper and Trey Turner to both hit home runs. That's what we're going to call the Nationals Revenge Game Special tonight.
Dude, I need Turner to go for like fucking 6 this week, bro. God, he's been terrible.
Who?
Trey Turner's been absolutely garbage.
Have you not been paid? He has a billboard up. They gave him a standing ovation.
No,
turning it around. What are you talking about?
He's been shit. Dude, no, I have been fantasy. I know he's been shit. He's been the worst player on my team. But have 6 homers this week, I'll forgive everything.
Listen. He's been the best player or the worst player for most of the season. But he got a standing ovation like 2 nights ago. Remember, he got that. His mom cried. Cried. He said that. Get some hits. Hits a homer yesterday. We're going in the right direction. Now, your former team, absolute trash can on the mound. Perfect storyline, baby. He put up a billboard. He put up a freaking billboard thanking Philadelphia for the standing ovation. He's going yard today. So, yeah, if you need Trey Turner or solo, obviously, good luck as well. It's like 500 right now. But I went with the Nationals Revenge Game parlay for my long shot today. So obviously this, just to be clear, is not like half unit. This is like $5. You should not be gambling a lot of money on this. But if you want to put a little more, listen, I just laid out a pretty perfect storyline right there for Trey Turner to hit a home run. So I'm feeling it. You're obviously still hating on the past performances, but I see past that. I see a new Trey Turner for the second half of the season.
Yeah. Well, don't say second half of the season because he's been asked the whole second half except for 2 games, right? So we don't have to go. You don't want to. If you say second half, that goes to past games because this man has been absolute dog shit. So I mean, 2 weeks, bro. Last 2 weeks, got a 196 OBP. His only home run was that homer after the clapping and 5 runs scored. Come on now, bro. This guy's been ass. This guy's been absolute ass. But hey, I said it. You hit 6 homers this week. Carry my team to the playoffs. You can do it. This is perfect for me because he's been asked, and I'm still pushing playoff mode. So if you can do it, when we turn it around, we'll be a scary team heading in.
Yeah, and I shouldn't even be arguing with you too. That like everyone you call ass balls out, and everyone I call ass, destroys. So I don't know. I should be fine with this. I should have no problems. And just so clear, odds too 22-22 on FanDuel right now for both Bryce Harper and Trey Turner to go yard. The Nats special.
Damn.
Baby.
You beat me this time, Stu. You beat me this time. We got I'm going to be doing a 9K parlay today. And I thought I was going to beat you because this is pretty high odds for me. And I'm going to be going with Mr. Garrett Cole and Mr. Senga to both record 9 strikeouts, 1675 there. I love this matchup with Cole. I really don't think that we're going to have to worry too much about what this lineup looks like because this is going to be gross, absolutely gross. And one thing I do like about Cole is the dude's leash. He'll go out there with 98 pitches, bro, and that's what I love about him. He's sitting around 200, I believe, for him individually at 235. Senga is obviously a little bit higher, facing the Cubs, all that stuff. And his line is 430. But again, both of these guys could more towards Cole, leaning towards this, and Strider can give up home runs and power and still have a fantastic outing. Right, so that's one thing I do like as a guy betting it. flush it, right? And Cole gives up a ton of homers. But I'm not really that worried about it in a spot here against this White Sox team, who obviously did have a really nice comeback yesterday, ended up beating Class A. But, I mean, this is Garrett Cole we're talking about here. I don't hate his outs either, but, you know, people are onto that, right? It's at 19 and a half, right? 19 and a half at minus 114. So that's a spot I do like. If it was like 18 and a half, if it was 17 and a half, I would be hammering that and putting it in parlays. But books are onto it. But you're telling me against this type of lineup, he can't get, 50%, 45%? Because he could go 7 innings easy, right? This guy has that type of leash. He is the workhorse, and he's been awesome, absolutely awesome as of late. So sign me up for a little 9K parlay here. Hopefully Singa can keep it rolling for us.
Yeah, no, I like this spot a lot too, actually. I like Cole. I like the Yankees today. That was another spot I saw when I saw minus 150. I know Cease is obviously good on the other side, but, backing Garrett Cole has been a very good strategy so far this year. If you were just doing that, you'd be making some money. So I like it. Like you said, I like guys that get deep into games. Both of these guys have the capability to do that, both with some very good matchups as well. Definitely going to be telling you. To be honest, when I look at that, when I see those guys combined, I think that's maybe 11-1. 12-1, 13. I would not have gotten up to 16 or 17-1. So I love the odds on that. Definitely going to be riding with you there.
Perfect. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Cashville hyping us up. Thank you so much, man. Hopefully you guys do hit that like button on the way out. Stu, what do you got for the people here heading on out on this Monday slate?
Yeah, no, appreciate everyone joining us. Obviously, good to see some Discord legends in here on the live chat. I know not everyone can always make it, but we obviously appreciate it. If you do still have some questions you want to drop in, we are still here 24/7. Drop them in the comments. Hit us on Twitter. Hit us on Discord. We're here to make some money, obviously answering questions 24/7. So definitely make sure to check that out. As for me, I love these MLB spots today. I don't think I'll have any more. I probably will have a Women's World Cup spot for tonight's game. I am really eyeing that Jamaica-Colombia matchup. I think it's going to be really, really good. So definitely going to have some more props. We've been killing that market. If you're not interested, I understand it's not popular, but we've been destroying it. It's easier. It's legitimately easier, right? We are competing against, thousands of sharp bettors, bookmakers, all that doing MLB. I'm betting against like 4 interns. Like these guys legitimately have no clue where they're setting their lines. They're very bad most of the time. So it's not that I'm some kind of soccer genius. It's that it's easy. And we want to bet easy things. So that's my little pitch. I wanted to get that out there before we got out of here. A lot of great props on deck for the night. I see Elijah asked favorite prop of the day. I'm going Corey Seager to score a run. That's my favorite prop of the day. Let's cash some tickets.
Yeah, and I don't know if I have a favorite prop. I think if I was going to take anything, I think maybe pretty much. I like all of the Rangers. I like a lot of the Rangers today. I feel a little bit, like I said, I'm a little bit weird with those Braves because I don't know, just because Beto has been good in some of these outings. So if I'm going to do anything, maybe a team total there. But I do really like that Seager Strider one. That's probably my favorite. It probably will end up being a little bit more than one unit. That'd be this one here. But we're both riding Seager. Hopefully Ken Waldichuk. Hey, don't fucking strike, man. Just don't fucking strike. Let this guy hit a nuke off you and get on with your day. Head on over to Nate Lowe. You can strike out him. You can strike out Adolis. I don't care about that. Just let Seager hit a little nuke there. First AB.
Sounds good to me.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you Wednesday. Haven't checked the Wednesday slate, so make sure you're tuning in over on Twitter so you can know when we are going to go live, because we've been trying to be better on that, right? If we have an 11 o'clock game, we're trying to get you guys all the stuff a little bit beforehand. So if you guys could, make sure you hit that notification bell here on YouTube so you know when we go live, and we'll be ready to roll with you guys on Wednesday. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck, and we will see you Wednesday.